Hey guys, so this is the Procreate process for a piece I like to call the Cosmic Sun. Now, the idea behind this piece was just I have an original character. I'm not really ready to kind of put the character's name out there on the internet yet, but I've had this original character for years, and the idea I had was maybe he had some offspring. So I thought to myself, let's start creating sketches and just trying to hash out this idea that yeah, maybe this guy has children, maybe this guy has been having children throughout the however long he's existed, and there's a few of them floating around the cosmos. The kind of fiction that I implore in this story is quite an epic kind of sci-fi realm where there is many planets, they're aware of each other, there's faster than warp speeds, there's a lot of different things, and he's had children in a few different places. He has an enhanced kind of like timeline he can live for, and he's been very promiscuous in his time. He's loved a few different kind of like women here and there. So when thinking about going into like making these pieces, these are completely random, but they come from a place of let's just try stuff. So as you can see here, I just kind of came with a sketch of a character, and I was gonna put a vest on him, and then I thought, nah, let me put a robe on him. Maybe this guy's like from some kind of world where they wear robes, and maybe he's worshipped on that world. I'm not quite sure on him yet, but that's the idea I was going for. Maybe he's like one of the gods of his own world. Um, and he's worshipped in this way. That's why I called the piece a cosmic sun, because he has all this kind of, I want him to appear to have all this kind of cosmic power, and that's why I went with like this foreshortened hand. I don't know how good a job I did on the hand. I tried to kind of make it seem like the hand was coming over the wrist, so you wouldn't see the entirety of the arm because I couldn't fit it in the canvas. I like the way it came out, but yeah, it could be better. But it is what it is. I did enjoy the way the piece ended up looking in the finals. So here I am going in with some inks. And this has kind of been my process when using Procreate to do stuff that's kind of like more personal. It's just standard kind of draw it, ink it, throw some flats down, and that's kind of been the way I've been working in Procreate, because I do not feel like Procreate is the right app to paint stuff in. I've had a few images that I have painted that have turned out okay, but I don't really feel as comfortable painting in Procreate as I do in other apps. I feel like I'm really slowed down, so I prefer to do stuff like this. I prefer to do kind of like images where I follow a process. I draw it, I ink it, I color it, and that's the most fun I have. And I reckon if I wanted to, I could probably do one of these a day. I could probably do more than one a day, but one a day to me is fine. And I feel like one a day, if I did one a day, and I've said one a day so many times now, if I got round to actually completing one of these every day, I feel like I'd have a wider kind of like social media presence, because I'd have like one thing that I'd be known for. Right here, I almost made his robe pink, and then I was like, no, he's not gonna have a pink robe. We're gonna make his robe like an off green, because the kind of like an off green or a greeny kind of color is always a symbol of this character or of the father character. So I thought maybe the son would instinctively go towards that being his color. I wasn't sure about how strong this guy is, the son, and I'm all about my power scaling. I'm all about knowing how strong my characters are, but I wanted him to be. I put him into tier lists. So there's grandsons and there's sons. The sons obviously they're closer to the father, so they have a wider range of power, and the grandsons are still quite powerful, but not as strong as the sons. So this guy who we're drawing right now is one of the stronger ones. Now, what I'm doing, I'm in the flat colouring stage, and I'm probably just noodling around, doing some line work, cleaning things up a little bit, and just trying to get things to work for me. What an important thing to remember about kind of overall doing this type of stuff is it's a process. It like I said, you draw it, you ink it, and you go in and do your flats, and then you go in and add your final colors. Now in this process, I followed a different process than I usually would. I would usually go straight into cell shades. What I did this time, I went straight into the airbrush. I started to put down some soft shadows, which was different for me, but I thought, hey, let's just try it. Because one of my favorite artists, Omar Dogan, used to do kind of airbrush work. So I just wanted to see how my stuff would look if I did that. And it kind of, for me, it has a good feeling to it. So I stayed with it. I did end up putting in some cell shades on a layer on top. I kind of integrated them both together, which was strange, just from the standpoint of thinking about it artistically. But then it ended up being just looking okay, and I ended up kind of liking it in the end. So I couldn't say anything bad about it. But you know, the process was fun. Honestly, the colouring process probably took me half an hour. I'm not trying to say it's the best image I've ever made, or it's an incredible kind of like example of colouring, but it was just a speedy process after I did the airbrush lines to kind of get everything hashed into, like, add a few cell shade lines to add the hard kind of like shading and stuff like that. And it just ended up feeling okay to me, so I stayed with it. I was going to blur out his hand to make the foreshortening have more impact, but then I started adding these little pieces of energy because I wanted to sell the idea that this guy is cosmic and this guy is, has energy powers or whatever it is. He can harness cosmic forces or whatever it is that he can do. And it was like, that is a key thing I wanted to do these pieces. I previously did another piece where it was one of the grandson characters, and he can harness fire. So not as powerful, he's not cosmic, but he can harness fire, which is still a decent ability. We don't know what heat level he can get it to, but so it go. But I think I'm pretty much coming up to the end of this piece. I'm just adding a little bit more of the cosmic stuff. I'm going to throw some airbrush on top of it. Over here I'm adding some veins because I was missing veins. But yeah, I'm going to throw in and add some airbrush on top of this white stuff, glow it out, and then that's pretty much the end of the piece. I throw in my signature, add some lighting, and that's pretty much it. So here you go, guys. Here's the final image. My Instagram links will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep drawing, keep painting. Still Photoshop over Procreate. Peace.